Hello, you beautiful human, and welcome back to yet another daily pick-me-up message before we get into these beautiful cards to have a look at what God, Universe, Spirit wants us to know at this point in time, whenever you happen to watch this right here, right now. I mean, this is probably not the first time that you see my face. If it's the first time, then there's just a little message that Spirit wants to sprinkle on before we get to have fun with the cards. So just sit tight for a second, because this message might very well be relevant for you. I mean, there's a reason why you're watching this in the first place, right? And compared to the energies the last couple of days, today feels like a upliftment. I don't even know if that is the word, but the energies feel so much lighter. I did not wake up this morning feeling like I've been hit by a bus, but if that has been the case for you, just know that with the energies being so volatile right now, the highs that I might experiencing today, you might experience tomorrow, or you experienced yesterday. It's like it fluctuates, right? It's just like the overall energy that I'm currently like tapping into. It feels like there's like not so much heaviness anymore. We can breathe easier. It probably has a lot to do with the fact that our body get kind of like used to the more like dense energies that we're probably all around right now with like holiday season and like visiting family, living with family, like whatever is the case for you. So it feels like our bodies now finally are just like, okay, know what they need to do in order to transmute the energies like more easily, I guess. And this upliftment also, like what Spirit is like referring to right now, is the newfound sense of peace within us. And we've gotten like glimpses of it already, but with these energies moving so freaking fast and we're being on this fast track of ascension, honestly, it felt like we don't even have the time to properly process how we're feeling. You know what I mean? Like actually just like sitting, reflecting, and being like, how do I feel right now? How does my heart feel? And then regardless of what is going on around you, and I would love to hear if you're experiencing the same thing, like there could be, I mean, there is a war raging outside of us, you know, and that war might look like, I'm not necessarily referring to what we're seeing like on the global stage right now, but like in your life specifically, there's probably some chaos around you that is happening that you find yourself like being able to observe very neutrally. I touched upon it before the holiday season, and like all this crazy like ascension surge happened where we were like, oh my god, what is happening, and just like suffering through it. But this like coming back to like the 0 point field of like a point of neutrality where you're just able to like observe what is happening around you without really like putting any like judgment on it or getting like emotionally like riled up. This peace of mind, that was like the first like feeling that I've gotten when I've woken up. It was like, oh my gosh, everything will actually work out now. You know, it's like the reassurance that the the struggle, like all the hardships that you've had to go through in order to clear the karma, to clear the patterns, the cycles, you know, like all of that junky junk, it all is behind us. We've done it. And now, even though our reality does not reflect like the, you know, highest self that we are now embodying, it's a given. And that is just our highest self coming through very strongly right now, being like, it's all taken care of. Like, you're already living in that reality because, I mean, you've probably already gotten also like glimpses of it already. Like little visions or like nudges being like pulled in certain directions right now. It's so important to make time for stillness, to actually be able to distinguish when these nudges come, because, and you can probably relate to it, like our intuition, our inner knowing, it doesn't matter like how like emphasized it is for you, but normally it's like a little whisper. And if you are surrounded by a lot of noise, a lot of distractions, you will not be able to hear it. So, and you probably have already done that like naturally, because I've noticed that myself. You just like pulled your energy back from any type of distraction. So for me, for example, yes, I watch some tarot readers like on YouTube, but I cannot even remember the last time I like doom scrolled on Instagram or watched TV or like Netflix. I haven't had that subscription like forever. It's like we are so content to just be with ourselves because there's already like a lot going on. And with now the clarity that we're gaining more and more, like all the puzzle pieces coming together of what our like next step is supposed to be, it's just like we need to be receptive of it. And how are we going to do that if our mind space is overactive? So yeah, I think that is like the overall message that Spirit just wants to share. Make time for stillness and just like open up your vessel to receive the information that is relevant for you right now. Because I promise you now, the moment you do, it's like, and I've always loved that. You know, like you have to slow down in order to speed up. Because in the slowing down, in the stillness, you will actually gain like the creative downloads that are meant for you. You know, so make sure that you create a space for you where you can drop into that. I also know that today is very much still like a bit like holiday, stress, Christmas, preparation, like whatever you're celebrating or not celebrating. It's just like potentially there's a lot going on today for you as well. Still, try to find a balance, okay? And I keep on repeating myself yet again. Don't do anything that does not feel aligned to you. Doesn't matter if it's family or not. Like, genuinely. You put yourself first. You put yourself first. But with that said, let's see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to share with us at this point in time. Let's see, please, Spirit, is there anything else that you want to share? What are we meant to hear right now? What is the most relevant for us? Just one card. Let's see. Today it feels so much. This is insane. You know, they're like, sometimes I'm even questioning if what I'm doing is actually like right or working, or if I'm not only making it up. No, honestly, like I'm being genuinely honest. But then it's like, no, actually, Tony, your psychic gifts are like heightening like crazy, because before I show you the card, I've seen it in my mind's eye, not now, but this morning. I was like, oh yeah, and then I'm gonna pull a card. Oh, I see this. I'm not making this up. Oh my, I love you, Spirit. Oh my God, this is only, and this is like stacking proof. That's also why like stillness and being present is so freaking important. I mean, it's always important, because then you're in your heart space, then you're open, then you're just like nothing but unconditional love and just like receptive of all like the blessings and all the beauty that wants to find you at this time. But it's also so important to be still and present, because then you will be able to notice how freaking sensitive you're getting to energy, how spot on you are. And it's just like, it can be the smallest thing. It can be like a song that starts playing in your head and you're like, okay, there's a message for you in it as well. There's something that you see, and then later in the day you see the same thing and you're connecting the dots and see the message and receive the message. That's proof right there. You know what I mean? And this is just me like experiencing it like in life with you just now, because can you see? It's called the vision, and that is exactly the card that I've seen this morning already. Whoa! Oh my gosh, I love this so much. But this is what Spirit wants us to focus on. The vision, making room, making space for downloads, messages to reach you. Extract yourself from all distractions, all distortions. Be by yourself. Okay? Try to prioritize it as much as possible today. Because what I've noticed like in my like personal life and experience, yesterday, you know how I told you that I was like struggling? Oh my gosh. I went into the forest and I just sat on a bench surrounded by trees. It was like shitty weather, so there was no one around me, which was perfect because I was completely still. And when I'm telling you the amount of downloads that I received and like visions for especially like the community space like that I built on Telegram and started like on Sunday. It honestly feels like so much longer, like what is time? But it's like I've gotten so many downloads on like what the next steps are and where I see this heading, and it all came together. I was like, if I didn't make time to completely remove myself out of my parents' house, out of the environment that I was in, I wouldn't have been able to access that information. So you take from that whatever you will, but yeah, make sure to be by yourself a little bit at least, okay? Okay, beautiful. But with that said, I'm gonna wrap this message up here now. Let me know if it resonated. I always love reading your comments. You know already. Just tell me, how are you experiencing these energies? And also when I'm saying there's like an upliftment today, it still wouldn't surprise me if you have like a lot of essential symptoms, bodily symptoms still, because energies are still very much heightened. But honestly, I'm at a point now, maybe we are meant to turn into human beings that do not need a lot of sleep, because just like last night, I had like maybe 5 hours or 4 hours of sleep. Dream life also, and a beautiful soul of you actually commented in like yesterday's video, I believe, about like having such vivid dreams and then waking up exhausted. That is also like such a huge thing right now. Like our consciousness, like once we go to sleep, it's so busy in other realities and like parallel timelines. Just imagine what you're doing in the present moment, right here, right now, when you're awake. You're doing a lot of what? Purging, cleansing, upgrading. That is also happening simultaneously in the astral. So when you're waking up and you're like, what the heck? Yeah, that is just like, our consciousness, like our soul, higher self, like is very busy, okay? But it's all for the betterment of us, of the highest good of all. So yeah, we're just gonna make do with whatever. And honestly, I'm okay. I'm actually not too tired, so I'm just going actually very motivated to do a lot more like vision work and like scripting and journaling today. So excited. But yeah, let me know, how are you experiencing these energies? And as always, have yourself a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day, and I cannot wait to see your beautiful face in one of my next upcoming videos, which is going to be tomorrow, because I'm posting every single day until the end of the year to show myself that I can do it and that I can hold myself accountable. So yeah, take care of yourself, and I love you very, very much. Bye-bye. And a little side info that might excite you just as much as it does excite me. Our Telegram it's not secret, it's private, it's sacred community over on Telegram. We're gonna have our first community Zoom call on the 29th of December. So this might actually be additional incentive for you to actually join the community before, so you can at least have a look at not only what is going on in the chat, because that in itself is like, it's so funny because we keep on saying like, this feels so foreign to us, this feels so weird, but in the best way, because we've never had a space where we could actually articulate anything without like needing to filter ourselves, without anything, and knowing that the community is gonna hold space for it, it's gonna offer support and be completely non-judgmental. Like, we're not used to that. Just being surrounded by like balls of like unconditional love. So I know who you are. I know you know who you are. Thank you so much for already being part of the community. Like, it's making my day, checking the messages every single day. But regardless, if you haven't checked out the community yourself before the 29th, I highly recommend, so that you can actually at least experience like one Zoom call as well, because they're gonna happen every single week, to just like get some, you know, like additional, like what is very present for you at this time, for us as a collective, what are the energies, what information did we stumble upon, and just offer support where support is needed. So yeah, with that said, I'm actually gonna go now, and let's see, what emoji do I feel like? I mean, on the beautiful like vision card, oh, where is it? There it is. They're like, do you see? 2 little owls? I mean, I mean, you can choose. You can choose to either comment an owl or a rainbow, or both, or nothing. Like, do whatever you want, but this will at least let me know that you stayed until the very end. Just know that I freaking love you so much, and this is only the beginning. I'm telling you, the puzzle pieces are coming together. Mark my words, we're already seeing glimpses, and I couldn't be more excited about that. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.